everyone, I am Violet Beulah. I am Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology in Ratnam College of Arts and Science. Today I want to deliver a lecture on gene transfer techniques. This is the very important technique in recombinant DNA technology. As you know, recombinant DNA technology, we have selected the vector and we have selected the foreign gene. So, using restriction enzyme, we have cut the both the DNA using the same restriction enzyme. So, for example, we have taken PBR322, it is a bacterial artificial plasmid. We have cut it with the EcoR1. The same restriction enzyme has been used to cut the foreign gene. Our gene of interest or foreign gene, maybe we have taken as a insulin gene. So, we have to clone these two DNA using an restriction enzymes. That is, for example, the restriction enzyme used to cut the DNA, the ligases used to join the DNA. So, the two different DNA has been joined. So, that DNA is known as recombinant DNA. So, this recombinant DNA has to be put it into the host cell. The host cell may be a bacterial cell or plant cell or animal cell. So, first we have prepared the rDNA, the otherwise known as recombinant DNA. So, transferring this recombinant DNA into the host cell, it is not an easy way, because if we take plant cell, it is made up of cell wall, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. So, it is a very thick layer which protected the plant cell. If we have taken bacterial cell, the bacterial cell is made up of peptidoglycan and plasma membrane as well as some of the bacteria having capsules. So, break all those things and entering into the bacterial cell, the DNA cannot enter that much easily. It is a difficult process. For that process, we are using different techniques for different cells. So, in this lecture, I want to explain about different types of gene transfer techniques which we are following to transfer the recombinant DNA into the host cell. So, the first method is transformation. So, transformation is nothing but uptake of the DNA by the bacterial cell from the environment. Normally, the bacteria is present everywhere, it is omnipresent. So, this bacteria, sometimes it will take the DNA present in the environment. Okay. Normally, it is happening. In laboratory condition, we have to make that bacteria to uptake the DNA. That process is known as transformation. This transformation mainly has to carried out by two steps. One is preparation of competent cells, another one is transformation. Competent cells means nothing but we have to prepare the cells for transformation. So, we have to take normally we will culture the bacteria into the broth culture, and it's a we have to take the overnight culture. In that overnight culture, what we have to do? We have to do the centrifugation. So, while doing the centrifugation, we will get the pellet. That pellet contains all the microorganisms in the sample. So, this bacteria will be treated with either calcium chloride or magnesium chloride. This calcium chloride or magnesium chloride, what is the use of these chemicals means? It will help to make a pore on the surface of the cell wall. Okay. If any hole or any opening occurs on the cell wall, easily the DNA can able to enter inside the bacterial cell. So, we have to treat the bacterial cell with calcium chloride or magnesium chloride. After treating it, we have to add the rDNA into that solution and keep it in 40 degrees Celsius. So, it is like a heat shock treatment. So, in the we have to cool it and we have to heat it. So, after adding that rDNA, we have to kept it in ice. After that, we have to keep it at 40 degrees Celsius. So, by the help of heat shock, this rDNA can able to enter through the hole and it will reaches the cytoplasm of the bacteria. So once the rDNA enters into the bacteria, it can survive for a long time because it has the capacity and it has its own replication power, and it can survive inside the cell. So this is the one of the method which is used to transfer the DNA into the bacterial cell. Thank you.